Hi guys, my name is Lay. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this beautiful gold bronzy look with glitter and a blue lower lash line. So there goes my pop of color. If you want to see how I got this look, stay tuned. Alright guys, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for following my journey. I really appreciate it. And if you are a new person visiting my channel and you haven't yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It looks just like this. And you can hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I do uploads. And you can also, if you want to keep up with me, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I am most active on Instagram, but I tweet from time to time, do a little something. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. I'm starting with a fresh face. I like to prime and moisturize prior to anything else, whether it be brows or whatever, because I do find that you get a better makeup application when you allow your moisturizing products and your primers to sit. So I'm going in with the Fourth Ray Beauty by ColourPop, the Rose Milk for moisturizer, and the Maybelline Baby Skin for primer. I like to use the Baby Skin because it is a pore filling primer. It's a more silicone based primer, so it does help to blur out the pores, and I find that when I let it sit while I do my brows, it gives me a really nice natural, like as you can see right here, my skin already looks a little blurred. So I went ahead and did my brows off camera, and I was going in between these two eyeshadow palettes. So before I jump into the eyeshadow palette, I did not cut or clean up my brows. So I'm using the eye base, the P. Louise base in Rumor number, let me see, I'm sorry, I have it written down. I'm using the P. Louise base in Rumor number 3, and I'm going to clean up my brows and then bring that product down onto my lid as my primer. I do let it sit for a little bit so that it can be nice and tacky, but I'm going to skip past that part. So for the top of my eyes, I'm using my Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. The first shade I'm going in with is called En Fuego. This is just a really dark coffee brown, and I'm just going to create the shape using a pencil brush and an angled brush. And then before I blend out anything, I'm going in with the shade Ashes, and I'm just going to create more of a shape on top of that line. Creating the shape and then blending it out, like right now it looks completely ridiculous, but don't worry, this will look good once you put everything together. So now I'm using a fluffy brush and I'm blending out my edges, and I'm using small circular motions, back and forth motions, until there is no more harsh line. Placing this on a wet base does make this part right here a little bit more difficult. So if you have a hard time blending, I suggest using a translucent powder on top, and then that will give you a more seamless blend. You won't have to blend as long. So if it looks a little ridiculous on your lid, that's okay, because you are going to clean it up with more concealer or whatever eye base you're using. And then I'm tapping in the shade He Devil onto my lid. This is a very pretty shimmery like copper shade, and then I'm going in with a glitter. The reason I use this shimmer shade on the lid is because when I do add the glitter, if there are any spaces that you can see through, you won't see like just plain lid. You'll see a color that is similar to the glitter color. So patting on the NYX glitter primer right before I add my glitter. So I do find that when you firmly press the glitter, you get less fallout. So pressing this glitter onto my lid, I'm trying to keep it within the area that I added the glitter primer so that I don't have a bunch of glitter and fallout on my face. Now I always say, like, if you're doing your face first and then your eyes, if you're using glitter, I would suggest doing your eyes first, because if there is any fallout, it's a lot easier to clean it up off of your bare skin than off of a tacky foundation. So I did blend a little bit of that coffee shade into the glitter, and then I tight lined my upper lash line before adding mascara and lashes. I'm going in with the Allure lashes. These are in the Style Definition 126, and these are just a bold, lash. They're so pretty. So underneath For my lower lash line, I am using the Marc Jacobs eyeliner in the shade Into the Blue, and then I'm going to blend that out using the Friendcation palette by Dose of Colors, and I use the shade A Moment. Then I briefly did my other eye off camera, and I'm going to move on to face. I've been loving doing my concealer before my foundation, so right here I'm just adding my concealer. This is the Born This Way by Too Faced Cosmetics concealer in the shade Butterscotch, and I'm just patting that in using a flat concealer brush. Sometimes I do like to use my beauty sponge to blend it out, but lately I've been liking using my brush, especially when I do this first. Now for foundation, I'm going in with the Makeup Forever HD foundation stick in the shade 173, and I'm using a Real Techniques foundation brush to pat and blend that foundation in. This is actually one of my favorite foundations. I used to wear it all the time, and then for some reason I stopped, but getting back to it, it's a lovely foundation. My skin looked absolutely flawless after using this. 100% recommend if you like stick foundations. And now to highlight underneath my eyes, I'm going in with a yellow banana powder. This just helps to brighten those areas without brightening it too much. Now if I use a lighter concealer, it'll be a lot more bright, but I wasn't interested in that today. So right here, I'm just briefly touching up my nose by using bronzer. For bronzer, I'm going in with the NYX Matte Bronzer in Dark Tan, and I'm using that for my nose. I use that for my nose as well, and I'm blending that in using a brush that I got from CVS a long time ago. This is like one of those oldie brushes that just works so well. You just have to use it, you know? So for blush, I'm going in with this Tarte 12 Hour blush. This is in the style Savored, the shade Savored. I'm sorry, but I'm getting text messages. And then for highlight, I'm going in with the Balm Mary Luminizer. This is an oldie but a goodie, like, oh my gosh. This highlighter is serious goals. Like, it's so pretty. Just look at that. I just could not stop. You can easily go too ham with this highlighter. Like, it is very easy to go overboard. And we're moving on. For lips, I am using the Kylie Cosmetics Pumpkin Liner and the Exposed Matte Liquid Lipstick. This video was filmed before I started my new way of lining my lips, so it doesn't look as good as I would like it to, but you know, it got the job done. So the Exposed Liquid Lipstick is the perfect nude for deeper skin tone, so I highly suggest it. And this completes my look. I really hope you all enjoyed my video. If you did, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out, and it would mean a lot to me if you would share, and subscribe. Until next time, beauties, stay blessed. Bye.